Hello, hello, dear Sagittarius. How are you all? Thank you so much for being here. This is your July 2021 general and love reading. This is a reading where we're looking at everything, and I will be extending this reading through Patreon and through my website. So those that are not on Patreon, you can always get the link beneath the video. Thank you so much for being here, dear Sagittarius. With whatever's going on in Leo, Mars and Venus being there in the month of July, this is in beautiful connection to you. So things are heating up where the love department is concerned, but also the creative, the ability to create something important, something of great value. So let's see what's going on. So Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, and the North Node. For those of you that are familiar with your chart, you can watch the other signs as well. So what's going on in the month of July? The World card, the challenge is the Five of Swords. At the foundation, we've got the Empress. Recent past, the Sun crowning you is the Ace of Wands. A lot of magnetism. Ooh, a lot of passion here. A lot of passion, a lot of love, but there's Five of Swords. There's also conflict here. Near future, we've got Temperance. In the position of you is the Four of Cups. Surrounding you in your environment is the Knight of Pentacles. In your hopes and fears is the Knight of Wands. Dear Sagittarius, this is you. And the outcome, the possible outcome, is the Six of Pentacles. This card has shown up for nearly all the signs. And the Seven of Swords, wow, as the general energy. So it's interesting that we've got the Five of Swords, and in the challenge position, we do have a lot of love, a lot of passion on your mind. I mean, the Empress, we know, the Empress can speak to a mother figure, but it also speaks to, I mean, it's Taurus and Libra, which do speak to abundance. Okay, the seed has been planted here. Maybe it's taken forever. This could be a passionate connection where there is true love. For some of you, this is also a pregnancy. This is a pregnancy. I'm just wondering if some of you have been left, someone's stolen away in the middle of the night. Someone's left you pregnant, or left you pregnant and walked out on you. It may have been also someone that was a player. Now, for some of you, maybe you're not ready to settle down, but dear Sagittarius, I don't know that you would do that. Some of you maybe were not ready. So there's challenges here. There's a stoppage. We do have Virgo energy here. And we've got Saturnian energies here, which does speak to a cycle that needs to end, but there's conflict. There's work. There's a lot of hardships before this cycle ends. Remember, this could also speak to a birth. I'm just wondering if some of you don't know who the father is, because we've got two knights here. Some of you don't know who the father is. But you're going to find out, maybe through DNA or something like that. I do feel that this is very conflictual for you. I'm just wondering if you're a third person and someone's blaming you that you left them pregnant, dear Sagittarius. You left them pregnant and you're conflicted because you don't think that it's your child. Two of Swords, Nine of Swords, a lot of worry, lots of stress and anguish. Look, this was a passionate get-together, no doubt. I'm just wondering if someone's trying to pull one over you. Someone is challenged concerning fatherhood. Who is the father here? Let's have a look. Because the Empress does speak to motherhood, it speaks to abundance. Remember that the Empress, I'm not reading reversals. She could also be someone that's very stingy, maybe even trying to get money off you. Okay. With the Sun is children, even though it can speak to love for some of you. And of course, this is not going to be a message for all of you. For some of you, you may have figured out that there is a third person here. Someone could already be married in a stable relationship and they've been playing you. And that's a heavy burden with the cross. And we've got someone, the path here, which does speak to either an ending or someone's at a juncture needing to make a very important decision. The path can speak to Venus in Libra. It's a choice. It's an opportunity. For others of you, it's separation or a decision. It can speak to travel as well. Some of you are maybe wanting to travel as well. There's many, many stories here, obviously. What's at the foundation? Ooh, number 23. So the mice, Chiron in Libra. This is an open wound where relationship is concerned, or equal giving and receiving. And where there is no balance and there's no happiness, there's no life in this. Obviously, if someone is in another connection and they've been lying to you, and you can flip the energies, right? Someone needs to heal. Balance needs to come through here. For those of you that someone's had another choice and left you hanging, some of you are looking at divorce. Let's see what the Karma Dharma is in the month of July. For Sagittarius, please, Spirit. Sagittarius. And we have listen, and this is the High Priestess, dear Sagittarius, which usually is a third person. The High Priestess is saying, listen to your intuition. Trust in your intuition. Some of you are growing spiritually from this situation as well. Listen. Some of you may hear something. And we've got a message in a bottle as well, which is a number 15. Message in a bottle, which is usually very lucky. But a message could be coming to you when you least expect it. And could this, yes, I suppose it could be from someone that is guiding you. Listen. So it's more about listening, right? Maybe you haven't been listening. Maybe you can pick up on information if you really open your ears and listen carefully. Let's see what's going on here. Because you don't look to be happy. Look at this. I mean, this is, you're going to get the clarity. This is also Neptune. And the card fell in the reverse, which would go back to the Six of Cups for me. And Six of Cups is children, but it's also nostalgia. Once upon a time in the past, there was a lot of happiness, a lot of beauty, and a lot of value in a connection here. But if maybe it was one-sided, I don't know. There was maybe a lot of deception that will be coming through. You'll be finding out about. Let's take that Seven of Swords first of all, which is the general energy. Ooh, the cards are just flying. And we've got Justice, you see. There's been no movement here. 2 sevens. Sevens do speak to the Chariot and Cancer. Deception from home, from a mother figure. Someone that you felt was, you felt as though this was a soulmate connection. But they came through. There were red flags. This may be a long time coming. Justice can speak to legalities, but also coming into balance. Let's see what that Sun card is. Oh, wow, the clarity will come through all right, because there's been a lot of darkness. A lot of darkness. So let's look at the World card and the now. We've got the Queen of Wands, Leo, more than likely. Leo. We know that she's very attractive, very, very sexual. Let's have a look, because she's looking straight at that Five of Swords. There it is. There has been heartbreak here. There has been an ending. This is like a wet blanket. Like some of you are just looking back at the past, wishing that times were different. But you're going to be finding out something. You're going to be finding out something which will bring you into balance, which will bring the justice in. Let's see what this Ace of Wands is, which can speak of the light coming on. And we've got Leo again. This is a very strong sexual attraction between the two of you. Some of you, I feel the devil energy here. I really do. I do feel that some of you are very connected to someone that is in another connection. Something that you cannot break free from. Something that you feel depleted if you're not with them. Falling back into a vicious cycle. Let's see what Temperance has. Because Temperance does speak to healing. This is Archangel Michael. And we've got the King of Swords, which can speak to cutting away or truth coming in. This can also speak to legalities. King of Swords can also be a surgeon, a doctor. Aquarian energy, very much about science. So finding out about who the father is, that could be it with a King of Swords. Or some of you have just been heartbroken from an Aquarius, could be an air sign. Let's have a look, because we've got the Empress and the Queen of Wands and the King of Swords. Let's see in the position of you. We've got the Six of Swords, so leaving conflict and moving on. Let's see what that Knight of Pentacles is all about in your environment. And that's the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. And putting a lot of work in and not getting anywhere. Now, this is more about stopping and looking at the details. Virgo, remember, is all about the finer details. This could also be a situation concerning your money matters, where there may have been where there was happiness, there was a lot of competition and some form of a drawback or a setback here. Let's see. Let's take one more there. We've got the Hierophant. So this is really challenging, I mean, with the Hierophant, right? Because the Hierophant can speak to someone in your environment, being in a marriage, obviously, where there was no growth, where it was just too much work, too much work. Now, remember also that this can relate to work for some of you. Some of you could be working for a big company where you were hoping or you were promised, you know, a higher position. You were hoping for that, but then someone stole your glory here. That's what I'm getting here. And the Hierophant with the cross here as well can speak to being connected to someone that could be coming from a different area of the world, different religion for some of you. Let's see. Because some of you may have figured out that someone that you were dealing with was in another marriage. Let's look at the Knight of Wands. And we've got the Queen of Cups. We've got two queens and an Empress. Lots of women here. Lots of divine feminine energies. What you're fearing here is someone not reciprocating their emotions with you. And remember that the Queen of Cups is also the High Priestess, which could be the third person. Now, if we're talking about a relationship, I mean, Knight of Wands would be someone that's sexually driven. Queen of Cups is someone open-hearted. So it looks like the Divine Feminine has given more from the heart than the Divine Masculine here, because the Divine Masculine is showing up as the King of Swords. Now, let's say that maybe for some of you, yes, you may have figured out that someone was married, but King of Swords could be someone that's wanting to go through divorce. So the deception may have not been on purpose. Maybe they didn't want to scare you off if they were in transition mode. Let's have a look at that Six of Pentacles. And we've got the King of Wands, King and Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands, King of Wands, Queen of Wands. So many people here. We know that the King of Wands is a leader, is someone who's driven by their desire, their passion. This could also say that where there's been a disappointment, if this is you, where there has been a disappointment and it's been challenging and there's been competition, they could be stepping up now. They could be stepping up, dear Sagittarius. I do usually put the King of Swords and the King of Wands as the same person. Fire and air, they've got masculine energy, movement forward. So that's what I feel has been going on here. Let's see what's at the bottom. And we've got 10 of Wands, ending a burdensome cycle. Remember that this turns into the Ace of Wands. Maybe if you are dealing with someone that is someone, because we've got the Knight of Wands who is a traveler, someone maybe who travels for work, maybe someone who's at a distance, or someone that's carrying a torch for you. You're hoping that they're going to come through, that they're going to come from the heart. Maybe they're stepping up. Maybe they are traveling. Maybe they are willing to do the work. This could also be a meeting, a get-together. Okay, so really, really interesting there. What's beneath the mice? And we've got the birds, jitterness and excitement. This could be news coming through, which, well, the mice, remember, is Chiron in Libra. Some of you feel as though time is running out. Someone needs to take flight. There's been, remember, it's a 12. It's like a hang-up. You've been hung up and waiting, and you've been really, let's say with the Empress here, really patient. Now, I'm going to say for some of you, maybe you've been dealing with someone that got someone pregnant. They've got legal matters to tend to. Maybe they weren't married, and maybe it's just a heavy burden that they've got on their hands right now with, you know, I mean, the Hierophant, remember, 2 keys. A choice needs to be made. And we've got the High Priestess and the High Priest. This can be a spiritual connection as well. Remember, this is a soulmate connection. Both are coming from the same energy, but there's been conflict here. Temperance here is saying that it's all happening in divine timing. Balance. 6 of Pentacles is balance. But there's an imbalance here that needs to be taken care of. It needs work to be done. All right, everyone, I do want to leave it there. I do hope it helped you. Thank you so much for connecting with me. As I said, I'll be taking more cards, extending this reading. Thank you so much. Okay, love and light to all of you, and good luck.